I've managed to figure out a few things about the Leviathans, though I'm still not sure what the feeding it does. It seems to have been a permanent increase to this energy stat. I just don't know what that does. And I don't want to spend another necrocorn to find out because, you know, I'm gonna make this thing, which better do more than a 1% bonus to culture. It better. Okay, so first thing I found. Let's go ahead and make myself a merchant, although that doesn't seem to really help me much. The first time I got these, I believe it was 2 to 2 on time crystals. Well, it's been 1 to 1 ever since, and what it really means is that I get like more like 0.5 to 1 or less. So, the moment I say I can leave this running as long as I like with its time to leave running, and it'll be, it starts at like 6 years or something. I'm not sure exactly how much it starts at, but it starts at a fairly generous number. But the moment I send the first caravan, it goes down to 1 year, 200 days. Every time. You can send more caravans after that point, and it won't go down again. So, I got some sorrow. That's worth a lot, actually. Actually, that's enough sorrow. I can now do another black pyramid. So they've been getting more and more common as I built black pyramids. At least I think they're becoming far more common. Okay, but as you can see, the time crystals I get out of them, I'm getting about 0.5 of a time crystal each time. So I'll be able to make about 2 more exchanges before they go. Thereabouts. Power has become a real issue. I'm pretty close on the antimatter to picking whatever I want, and I most want whatever the heck this thing is. I don't know what this is, but I want it. Unfortunately, to run this many containment chambers, I've had, it's actually one more than I technically need, but anyway, I turned off a lot of my orbital arrays. I turned off all my moon bases. I shut down even my oil pumps. It's not like I'm in a hard up for oil or anything. So, foom. Anyway, so that's pretty much where I'm at. Now, we get to do something. Refine just enough. Now, cryptotheology. I have been wanting to find out what this has been taunting me for practically the entire game. This has been sitting here for weeks. And I do really want to know what the hell is talking about, because I have no idea what this could possibly get for me. But on the other hand, terraformation. I mean, terraforming. Who doesn't love to see the word terraforming in a game? You want to terraform. And my frustration with all these empty worlds. Come on, can't I at least put some cryo stations on these places? I do have a third option. I could have the Chrono Forge. Oh, right. I have to point at this thing now, too. Okay, well, actually, I don't know what this does specifically, but I found a thing over here in time. Chrono Control. Increases the duration of temporal paradox. The problem is, I don't know what temporal paradox is. But I do have something weird. I haven't actually caught it on film yet, but I will one of these days. Sometimes when it changes seasons, all your production will go to 0, and you'll just be stuck. And it'll be like -5 days, -4, -3, -2, -1, then it'll start. That might be temporal paradox, or it might not. I actually am not sure. I don't know why I'd want to increase such a thing, because so far as I can tell, it's pure negative. Anyway, it's okay as long as I don't I don't actually have enough void to do it anyway. So we're gonna go with I'm gonna go terraformation. How's my catnip production gone negative? It was positive with even a negative 75 on it. What the heck is going on? Okay, there we go. It's positive again. There's some oddities like that. I have to constantly watch out because, as I said, there are just some oddities going on in the game. Alright, terraformation. Ooh, hydroponics. The pinnacle of space engineering. You can do that on your homeworld just fine. Hydroponics is a thing. Do I really need food on my distant colonies? Okay. Workshop. Nothing new. Space. Come on. Okay. Explode a charge of antimatter to melt yarn ice and throw oxygen into the atmosphere. That all? Oh, that's pretty easy. Oh. Oh, it gives me a kitten. Oh. Okay. That's actually a pretty big deal for the reset. I'll be able to have a whole crap ton more kittens at that price. Now, I've got the kerosene. Uranium is not hard for me to come by either. Antimatter, though. Antimatter's kind of a pain. We'll get back to that. Tectonic. Rip open the planet near the star Centaurus to collect magma energy. Energy production at a cost of my antimatter. Again with the antimatter. I'm saving that at the moment. Ooh, it also eats up my thorium. But it'll make up for that. If I just build a few of them, I'll have all of the power I need. Maybe not all the power I want, but I will have the power that I need. That's a really big deal. Still nothing here. And this is still an eternity away. But yeah. No, I'm going to save my Alright, well, just one. I don't know why. I just have to have one of everything. Okay, there we go. Now I've got at least one of everything. Next, we'll find out what the Void Hoover and Void Rifts could be. It sounds like it's going to be storage, but you never can tell. You can never be sure. Man, I shouldn't have done that. I really shouldn't have done that. Anyway, so that's where we are at now. I was actually getting to the point where I was going to make blueprints and build more magnetos just for that little bit of power they can provide. Just squeak 20 watts out of them. Or megawatts. Anyway. That's what I've been setting up here. Something I do, I'll set it to manager and then just run like just run hunters a whole bunch. Then I'll switch to artisan and do all of the crafting kinda in a cycle. So anyway. How much time we got left on these guys? Am I still on? Oh, I'm still a merchant. I did crafting as a merchant. I hate when I do that. Hey, there's no time crystal. Doggone elder gods. Greedy, greedy elder gods. Be that way. You know I'll keep trading with you anyway. I have no choice. Anyway, okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Artisan, Blueprints. Yeah, these things are incredibly expensive, and my science is actually really handy for making all kinds of things, like planet crackers and such. Am I the only person who thinks that am I the only person who imagines the planet cracker as a gigantic firecracker that you hammer into the planet and then detonate? Yeah, I know, Dead Space. I know. But it's a planet cracker. Anyway. Gotcha. There it is. That's the thing that keeps happening to me. This one was 10 days. I swear they're getting longer. Anyway, there it is. So, the most awful thing happened, and I recorded this without a functioning microphone. So now, I'm stuck with all of this footage and no idea what I was saying at the time. So I'm going to do my best to summarize what's going on. So at least you know what happened. So to start with, I finally had saved up the relics to pick up cryptotheology. I'd been wanting to know what it did forever, and then I was very confused, not being able to figure out what it had done. I searched high and low, here and there, before finally finding, under Workshop, relic stations. Now, at first, well, let me read the description. Upgrade space beacons with relic research stations. Every relic station will reverse engineer relics, yielding 0.01 relics per day. Now, first, that seemed like a tiny number. And it sounded like just a terrible deal. However, I took a little time to do the math, and how many years there were, and how many stations I had, and how many more I thought I could build, how many more space beacons I thought I could put together, and realized that, no, actually, it's a really good deal. Unfortunately, 5,000 antimatter is well beyond my reach. When I started trying to figure out just how much that would cost to make. Also, I appear to be living in the year 2008. Yay! Time travel. I've been screwing around with the Chrono Forges so much. An alien technology related to time manipulation. And what exactly does that do? Well, as it turns out, it lets me combust my time crystals. Yay! I can shatter crystals! That makes me the lead villain of Final Fantasy V! Oh dear. I hope I don't have to take a tree form. The tree form is stupid. Shatter time crystals to unleash stored temporal energy. If you have a chrono furnace, this will fuel it instead. You will jump 1 year in the future. The price can increase over time. Now, I wasn't entirely sure what all that meant, other than it would skip a year. The temporal battery was a lot more straightforward, as it would just increase my flux energy capacity by 25%, and yeah, that one's pretty straightforward. Unfortunately, I have no way to produce temporal flux except offline, just going offline, and that's not really an advantage. So, I also discovered the heat stat, which I was a little confused by. The chrono furnace gave me no information on what it did at all. It just had a thing for it being operating. The temporal accelerator improves flux energy generation by 5%, which is okay, I guess. The resource retrieval, though, getting 1% of the year whenever I shatter a time crystal, that one very much interests me. Unfortunately, at a price of a mere 1,000 time crystals, is a bit too rich for my blood. just a bit too rich for my blood. Though, if I could have that 1% production, oh my gosh, I would be all-powerful. And then I discover the crypto-theology set down at the bottom. So Black Obelisk improves your faith bonus. Every Black Obelisk will improve your Transcendence bonus level by 5%. For a mere price of 100 relics. Those relic stations are starting to look pretty good now, huh? The Black Nexus improves the rate you refine time crystals into relics. Oh, I want that. Every Black Nexus will increase your relic refine efficiency by the number of Black Pyramids. This effect also boosts the effectiveness of your relic stations. Sadly, you'd need 5,000 relics to get one. Eye in the sky. Eye of Sauron in the sky. Sauron was an antique dealer, I guess, dealing in relics. Who knew? And lastly, we have the Black Core. Alter and corrupt the laws of reality on a minor scale. Just slightly corrupt it. Every level of Black Core increases Black Liquid Sorrow limit by 1%. Which I would later discover that I was limited up to a 12% Black Liquid Sorrow cap. So, or maybe I had already discovered it. That's the thing about time travel. I'm not entirely certain the flow of events. Built with the bones of Kittens' sacrifices. This game is always so pleasant and happy and fluffy and sunshine and rainbows and kittens and sacrifices and necrocorns and black liquid sorrow. Gotta love it. And finally I decide to throw caution to the wind and shatter a time crystal. Unfortunately, I can't really find that the year past had any effect at all. It didn't make the elder gods move on. Didn't decrease their time at all. They just ignored it. It filled me up on heat, which didn't do anything either. And it was completely worthless to shatter at this point in time. Well, it did leave me very confused, so I suppose it did have some value. And then I finally crossed the threshold to 2,000 antimatter. And finally unlocked the secrets of void hoovers and void rifts. After scouring the game, looking in all the wrong places, and I do think that I go into every single tab that's not right, except for maybe stats and achievements, I finally find it under time. The Void Hoover apparently increases the maximum void gained per day during the temporal paradox for the low price of 1,000 antimatter and 250 void. The Void Rift, on the other hand, increases maximum storage by 2%. Holy crap, that's amazing! It doesn't take me long to figure out that that's a really good deal. And finally, have a use for the void. Man, I'm throwing things in the void. I really am playing as X-Death in this game. Even with 16 markers. It takes forever. Especially when you misclick and accidentally feed one of your necrocorns to the elder gods. This is the only game where I have that problem. Okay, so we're going to refine tears. Wait. I have tons of alicorns. Sorry. Didn't mean to do that one. Sacrifice alicorns. Okay. Refine. There we go. 25. So even though I don't think I need this, I'm driven entirely by curiosity. After all, it's a kitten game, right? I'm driven by curiosity in a lot of games, actually. Nothing. There is no more science. Holy crap. Is this the end? Oh my gosh, it didn't open up any new workshop things, so it's just a ton of antimatter stuff. Okay, let's see what we got. Let's see what we got. Hydroponics. That's it? That's it. State-of-the-art hydroponic system. Increase catnip limit. Increase catnip production. And the limit would help me buy more catnip fields. So building them in space lets me build more on my own planet. And all it costs is kerosene, so I can just kind of... That's probably enough. Wow. So that's, oh, geez, that's 75, good grief. It's enormous. And then the 350% boost to the limit. Wow. Wow. So, yeah, build more of that stuff, turn all my farms off. Sheesh. It's not even like I pushed it to the limit or anything. Like, okay. Well, okay then. So that's that. So that's that. Okay then. Well, there's one other thing to do here. And that is... Oh, my poor time crystals. I hope I don't need those for anything. I want my first chrono furnace. Okay. What exactly do you do? Just enough. I really did calculate it pretty darn close to exact. I mean, I also came, you know. Anyway. Alright, let me see. 200. So. Alright. Okay. So, I would like to shatter a time crystal, but I am not seeing the option to. What happened to it? There it is. Why was that missing? Okay. How does that help me? What does that do? I gave you fuel. What do you do? What does any of this... Combust another one. And another one. And another one. How does any of that help me? I don't understand this. I mean, the resource retrieval, that will be awesome. But it costs 1,000 time crystals, which is like, yeah. If it was generating... That doesn't do anything here. It doesn't generate temporal flux. I can see this percentage rising. I don't get it. Oh, hi there, Elder Gods. How are you feeling today? You can see if I hadn't made any sacrifices, I'd have the 5 now. This is literally the last thing I'm going to do, is I'm going to hit that and hopefully figure out what it does. Hopefully. And of course, we're going to dump everything into Praise the Sun, transcend what we can, and hit the reset button with more than 300 Paragon points. Yeah. Wait, this is new. You won't gain reset bonuses. Reach year 1000. I've done that a couple times. I've already completed your challenge. I beat it. Okay, then. Are these things I'm just slowly unlocking, or is the author just dropping these into the game? I don't know. But I hit the limit on mansions, log houses, and huts. In space, I hit the limit on space stations. That leaves only these terraforming stations here from antimatter as the only way to gain more kittens before resetting. I have no idea what triggers karma, and I'm starting to get to the point where I'm contemplating maybe it's not quite time to go all out on the wiki yet. I want to, I did it for the zebra thing, but that'll be it. I want to tinker around with all of the metaphysics upgrades. I think that's going to be my new focus. I think I'm going to just assume that I've gotten as far as I can get for now, short of 5,000 antimatter, which requires a level of energy that I can't even... I guess I could just keep building them, but what's the limitation on building them? Just kerosene and science. So science at 8 million. How many of these could I build? Let's actually find this out. So, we're just gonna... Excuse me, I'm taking those. You can have one. I kind of figure since I'm going to do the reset, I might be able to use the extra faith. But for the moment, we're just going to quickly experiment and see how many containment chambers I could have, what the limits are that I could achieve at this level. Now, obviously, the metaphysics upgrades over here are going to have an impact on this. As I get higher max science and storage stuff, the divine proportion will help with that. I don't know. I don't know what new things will be unlocked as I hit stuff. Also, we get to burn our You know what? How big a deal is a 4% bonus? How much is that helping me? It's not getting me any necrocorns, I'll tell you that. Let's just hit this and see what it does. Okay. Nothing. Oh, whoa. Burned. Burned paragons? What do those do? Can I spend them? Well, they don't give me a bonus to anything. Space Paragon gives me a 17,000%. I still don't know what a Space Paragon means, but yeah, no, they don't give me any kind of Paragon. 4% bonus to faith, culture, science, cat power, but I burned them. They're still giving me a 4% bonus despite having burned them? Yeah, they are. So they're just as good as regulars, or what? I don't know. But if it's I was told it was all multiplied rather than added. So, but it still reads Paragon. There's Like the old one's red paragon, so it's probably stacked into the same bonus category. Okay then, well, I think maybe I understand. Okay, I really don't understand why there's a burnt paragon. Anyway, stuff. It looks to me at the rate this is rising, I'm only going to get to like 26 or so, maybe. Which is going to end up with, now I could just be in negative energy while building up towards, I could just let myself be at a ridiculously negative amount of energy to build up to 5,000, but I have to actually have enough containment chambers to do that. And that would probably require, if each of these is just 100, then I would need 49 of them, which would require a maximum science that is painful to even contemplate. And I don't think advanced AM reactors is going to make that big a difference in my max science. Maybe something new gets unlocked when I click on it, or maybe not. But this is effectively out of my reach for the time being. I don't know what's up with this chrono control stuff, because I've never had enough void to get anywhere near it. Suppose I'd need to do some void hoovers along the way to get to it. And we've got these, and I just don't understand why I'd want to preserve a kitten when I can just make huts and get new kittens. It's not going to be over the maximum limit, I doubt. I mean, I guess it could be. Anyway, let's not click feed elders this time. Nay, so much sorrow. Unfortunately, sorrow no longer performs a function at all, because I can't hold more than like, here, I'll show you. I can't hold 13.3% sorrow. See it says so down there, it's got the asterisk. And there's nothing else I can use it for. So I literally have no use for sorrow. Unless I were to build a black core, which requires 10,000 artifacts. Again, this is all outside of my reach. Theoretically, this is inside my reach. It's just a super pain in the ass, but I could get this. It improves your faith bonus, which is, I guess, maybe good. But it doesn't really help me get to these further things. Unless Unicorn Graveyard does something truly unexpected, and I expect it to do something that it's not stating, everything's locked here. And to get this requires me to have a level of science that is way outside my reach. So this is pretty much the limit. Still no hope on the farthest ring either. There's stuff out there somewhere related to that. I mean, obviously. I'm not saying anything insightful there, but anyway. Well, I guess I just wait till I have them necrocorns. Final purchase. Oh, it did unlock something. Unicorn Necropolis. The ocean of blood at the end of the lane. 25 necrocorns. Corruption boost ratio 0.1. I see. So does this really just give me a culture bonus and nothing else by itself? in and of itself, it must do more, right? Yes? Right? No? And this doesn't boost culture at all. I don't quite follow how this... Oh, well, whatever. So... I don't really have anything left to feed you, sorry. Okay, we are ready to advance, I think. So, first of all, I'll bite. I'll buy one. Okay, I have one now. So, I guess this means one of my kittens. Do I get to pick which one? Can I have, I don't know, this artisan is a pretty good farmer. Somebody with some skills? That's the only possible advantage I can think of. There must be more to this than just that. I could get myself a void hoover. A hoover upright vacuum cleaner for the void. No, I'm just not feeling it. Alright, so last thing I'm going to do before resetting is, I don't know, buy a temporary battery. Time crystal burning. Oh, overheat. Costs 1.9. Really, that's all. Okay, it's costing a little more. Okay, what are you doing? How does this help me? Temporal energy released skipped 1 year. Yep, there's all of them. But, yeah, that's great and all, but that doesn't actually help me. Unless I get the resource retrieval, in which case then it would be kind of amazing, but you just fill everything up with one click, which would be great. But what do you do? What do you do? Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and reset. That's what the next video is going to be, is another reset. And I guess, because several things I'm wondering. Do I keep the burned paragons? I don't think I get to keep the time crystals and relics, but you never know. I left these things on long enough. Oh, I just went from an empire to an imperium, did I? Well, that's cool. I guess I got that with that thingy. Anyway, so I'm going to leave myself with lots of this stuff just in case it doesn't work the way I think it does. I also left myself with unicorns and alicorns and pretty much everything except necrocorns. I'm not waiting for that. So I'm going to reset. I'm going to continue doing what I can. Well, I mean, obviously I need to hold a festival before we go. I keep clicking there. There we go. Hold a festival before we go. But yeah, I'll at least get a little bit further before I consult the wiki or whatever, because I do have a lot of questions to ask. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I just found a use for it. There's one resource which is benefiting. That is an enormous advantage. Oh my gosh. That means when it comes to things like this and this, I can just has them. Oh. But of course, so long as I can have enough maximum storage space and I don't have to worry so much about power, I can just power stuff down and power those up and then just hit that a whole bunch. Oh, that next time I deal in antimatter, I got it. Okay. Anyway, it's time for the reset. Next time. Until then and every time, this is Hadrix signing off.